Hey guys, it's Christina. Welcome back. Before we start the video, let's address this. I got little microphones because I thought it would be cool for sit-down videos and for TikTok, and I'm trying this out. So this video's gonna be with my phone, so the quality is not gonna be as great, but I think it's really fun. They work so far. They're great. So let's see if it makes the video any better. Let's get into today's video, which, as you saw by the title, today's video, we are talking about books I want to see on the big screen and why. Whether it's a movie or a show, most of these are shows, if not all of them, because I have read all of these, obviously, and I would love to see how they would look like out of my imagination. Obviously, I would have to cast every single one of these. But anyway, let's get into it. First of all, we're gonna start with the two most obvious ones, which are, first of all, the Addicted / Callaway Sister series, because they literally have their own reality TV show during the 10 books. It would only be obvious that they got a reality TV show, technically fake reality TV show, but reality TV show. And again, like I said, market as a reality TV. And then also like behind the scenes, especially with those first books, I would want to see that really bad. And the second obvious one would be the Magnolia Park series for the exact same reason. I feel like it gives the same vibes, just make it British and a little more dramatic. A little more. Would love to see what Magnolia looks like out of my head. Those two would be reality TV, because I also love to consume reality TV. It's like usually the easiest thing to watch and the most entertaining. And then the third book I would love to see on TV, the Maple Hills series by Hannah Grace. I think that's what it's called. I said Daydream by Hannah Grace, but also the two other books, because I want to see a well-done hockey show. I know they're doing the off-campus, but I like the series more now that I read it more recently, I guess. Would love to see a good hockey show. I haven't seen one, and I just love series set in college. I always like the college part more of Gilmore Girls and the Vampire Diaries, so I thought, why not? And also Gossip Girl. I always think the college scene is so much more fun when it comes to shows and a lot more entertaining because they're not teenagers. And again, being a hockey fan, I would love to see hockey players that can act and play hockey, because I think Hannah, well, she doesn't really add that much hockey element to it, but I feel like she does enough where guys need to know how to play hockey and act. Then we have a like teenage murder mystery show. We know that shows where teenagers solve a case when they're not supposed to are always the best. So we have Not Shall Sleep by Ellie Marney. Same vibe as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, just two teenagers instead of one, and they work for the FBI. They're working with the FBI, and it's set in the 80s or the 90s, so I think that vibe would slap. I don't know, I always like shows like this. And then we do have one more. Well, we have another thriller-ish dark academia book, which would be Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I feel like this one is, I don't really need to explain it too much, but I feel like they did a pretty good job with what they did of Shadow and Bone, even though they canceled the show. So I think they did a pretty good job, so I think they could do a really good job with Ninth House. I don't think that show would get canceled because it's more for adults. The book is more for adults, so I think the show would be set in more for adults. And the dark academia, people love. They absolutely love. And this book is just that. I feel like people really dig that kind of vibe these days for shows, with just like dark academia, magic, and I think they would really like it. And I know I would really like it. And again, I feel like I keep saying this, but I would love to see these characters out of my brain and onto like a screen. And especially with the magic / cultish / societies element of this book, would love to see it. Continuing with the magical elements, I put on the Caraval / Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I had the thought process that I had with Shadow and Bone. I just want to see more fantasy shows. I feel like we have a lot of fantasy books, but we don't well, we do have a lot of fantasy books, but we have a lot of fantasy movies, and I would love a fantasy show, so it's more like you can get into detail more than you can with a movie. Or I guess movies you can make more than one, but you still get the gists. And compare it to what Shadow and Bone was, or like the fantasy movies like Harry Potter and such, this would be more of a cozy watch, both Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I think that it's also very good when it comes to shows. You know, you gotta have a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? A little bit of everything. Now we're gonna go to I feel like a little more of a obvious pick, but because one of her books has also been a show, which is Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which we all know Daisy Jones is a show right now. And I think it would be a great show. Because I wrote down in my notes, like, I think it should pick up the same vibe as Daisy with like interviews and like, especially because there's scripts of commentators commenting on Carrie Soto. I think that would be perfect for the show. And I think I just want the same vibe. Obviously, there's no like that much romance compared to Daisy Jones, but I feel like it would be such a good book to put on the screen, especially because it's such female empowerment, and we need more of that on TV because there's never enough. I just thought of like The Greatest Showman in my head, if you guys know the song. Then we have one that will definitely be more cringe. It'd be the kind of book where they just don't know how to do it and they make it a little cringe. But I Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. That would be so I say cringe because next to my nose I said make it feel like The Idea of You / the After series. I wanted it to feel like that. Like Say You Swear, make it super Wattpad-y, but like good but Wattpad-y. Because it's a brother's best friend, and I feel like that fits that vibe perfectly. Like college scene, very dramatic, so it could like fits that, long 10,000 like seasons vibe. But obviously this would be like 1 or 2 maybe. All these would be more like I just wanted to see my favorite books on the big screen. And it was hard because some of them already are like normal people. I was like, oh, I need to write that down. It's already done. Side note, if there will be a season 2 petition, I will be the first one to sign it. And now we're down to the last 2 books, sadly. First of all, we have The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I feel like some of these have the same reasoning, but teenagers trying to solve something is always so fun to watch. Especially with this premise, I feel like at least when it came out, it was something just so new and like different for YA. And I think it'll be great on the TV screen. And then last but not least, I think I'd say best for last, in my opinion. I don't know. Better than the movies / nothing like the movies. I feel like these could definitely be a movie, but I want a show just because I want more content of Liz and Wes. And also these are just such popular books. I feel like, well, all these are really popular books, but I feel like these would do really well because they are very popular books. They're one of the most popular books, and again, would love to see real life Wes and his thoughts in real life, or like him saying it. I don't know, something like that. It would definitely give To All the Boys I Loved Before vibes, so definitely Netflix would have to pick this up. But that's pretty much it. That's all the books I had written down that I want to see on the big screen. To be honest, I don't think I have any more I would want to see on the big screen, but I don't think I can think of any books that I'm like eager where I would be like, I really want to see this on TV, like while reading it. Well, actually, currently reading Binding 13, finally, and think I could see that on the big screen, but I think it's been picked up. I have no clue because I don't really keep up with that. I am terrible at remembering if anything is getting picked up. I only remember the off campus because of the drama there's been going around with the casting. Hopefully the audio is good. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye!